Welcome back, Warner fam. Today, I'll recap a chilling horror crime film. I Spit on Your Grave, so keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. The movie starts with Jennifer Hill driving to a shop to pick up the keys to a cabin she rented for a few months. She also gets directions. Jennifer plans to write her second novel in a cabin deep in the woods of an unnamed southern state. On the way to the cabin, she gets lost and stops at a gas station. There, she runs into a group of greasy mechanics. She accidentally spills some fluid on their leader, Johnny, and sets off her car alarm by accident. Johnny gets scared, and his friends laugh at him. Jennifer drives away down the gravel road to her cabin. For a few days, nothing weird happens, but one night, Jennifer starts hearing strange noises, making her feel uneasy. Her first visitor is Matthew, a shy local handyman sent to fix the toilet. As a thank you, Jennifer gives him a kiss on the cheek. Embarrassed, Matthew runs out of the cabin. Later, Matthew meets up with the group of mechanics. They start talking about Jennifer, and it's clear they don't like city girls who think they're better than them. Their jealousy and anger grow. Night falls, and Jennifer starts hearing strange noises around the cabin. She checks but finds nothing. The next day, her worst fears come true. The gang from the gas station shows up at her cabin, bringing Matthew with them. Their plan? To get Matthew together with Jennifer, but things quickly turn cruel. They force her to do awful things like pretending with bottles and even a gun. Jennifer manages to escape and runs deep into the woods. She thinks she's safe when she bumps into the sheriff and Earl, the man who rented her the cabin, but things take a dark turn. The sheriff tells Earl to wait while he promises to help Jennifer by taking her back to the cabin. Once there, he finds some wine and a joint. Instead of helping, he starts questioning her harshly. After a creepy search, the gang comes through the door again. Jennifer realizes the sheriff is working with them. They hold her down so Matthew can assault her. When it's over, Jennifer walks out of the cabin, back into the woods. But the gang finds her again, and this time, each one takes a turn, including the sheriff. Somehow, Jennifer gathers her strength and heads toward a bridge. The sheriff aims his gun, ready to end it, but Jennifer jumps into the river. They search for her body, but she's nowhere to be found. The gang panics and starts cleaning up any evidence left behind. A whole month passes before Jennifer returns. She has been surviving in the woods, eating bugs and other things she could find. She hides out in an old, rundown cabin deep in the forest, but now, she's ready to face the gang. Jennifer starts playing mind games with them. They begin finding strange signs she leaves behind, and they realize she might still be alive. The gang thinks Matthew is losing his mind because he's the most nervous. He's also the only one who feels bad about what they did. Jennifer chooses Matthew as her first target. He had a crush on her and feels the most guilty. One day, she reveals herself to him inside a cabin. She calmly invites him to sit beside her on the couch. Matthew breaks down crying, apologizing over and over. He clings to her, desperate for forgiveness. Jennifer listens silently for a while, but then she tightens a noose around his neck. As Matthew struggles to breathe and keeps saying he's sorry, Jennifer's face hardens. She tells him, "That's not good enough." Then she drags him outside by the rope, leaving no room for mercy. Jennifer's second and third victims are Stanley and Andy, the group's two followers. Stanley, the bigger one, steps right into a bear trap, screaming as it clamps down on his leg. Meanwhile, Andy gets knocked out cold with a baseball bat. Jennifer has plans for both of them. She keeps Stanley's eyes wide open using fish hooks. Then she takes a fish, cuts it open, and spreads the slimy guts all over his face. The whole thing is being recorded on his own camera, the same one he used to film her horrible attack. The smell of the fish guts attracts hungry crows. At first they peck at his face, but soon they go for his eyes. Stanley's screams fill the air, but there's no escape. Andy, on the other hand, wakes up tied to boards over a bathtub slowly filling with water. Jennifer adds lye, a dangerous chemical, into the water. She removes one board, forcing him to hold himself up to avoid touching the deadly liquid. But he's getting weaker. Eventually, his face dips into the lye-filled water. When he lifts his head, his face is burned, his skin peeling, and his tongue gone. Each time he tries to lift himself, it gets worse, until he can't fight anymore. The next day, Jennifer heads to the local gas station. She finds Johnny, the leader of the gang, and knocks him out cold. When he wakes up, he's in her cabin, hanging by his wrists from the ceiling. Jennifer doesn't waste time. She strips off all his clothes, leaving him terrified and helpless. Then, she grabs a pair of pliers. One by one, she pulls out his teeth, each yank filled with pain. Johnny's screams echo through the cabin, but Jennifer shows no mercy. She's not done. She picks up some sharp hedge clippers, and Johnny's eyes widen in fear. Without hesitation, she cuts off his manhood. She then stuffs it in his mouth, leaving him there, bleeding and broken. After Jennifer finishes with Johnny, she sets her sights on the sheriff. She goes to his house, pretending to be his daughter's new school teacher. She even talks to him on the phone, sounding calm and polite. The sheriff, panicking, races home. When he gets there, Jennifer is already gone. His heart pounds as he realizes his daughter is missing. Then, he finds out Jennifer took her to the playground. He speeds to the playground, but when he gets there, it's empty. No daughter, just Jennifer, waiting calmly in the back seat of his police car. The sheriff wakes up, groggy and in pain, after Jennifer knocks him out with a tire iron. He's tied up, and Jennifer stands over him, calm but deadly. She starts talking about how sweet his daughter seems, ignoring his desperate pleas not to hurt her. Then, Jennifer shoves a rifle barrel into him, her eyes cold. She asks him how he would feel if someone hurt his daughter the same way they all hurt her. The sheriff stammers, finally shouting, "She's an innocent girl." Jennifer kneels beside him, staring straight into his eyes. "So was I," she whispers. Side note: the movie never shows the daughter again. It's assumed Jennifer let her go, using her only to trap the sheriff, but Jennifer's not done yet. She reveals a string tied to the rifle's trigger. The other end is attached to unconscious Matthew's wrist. She walks out of the cabin, leaving the sheriff screaming for help and cursing her. Inside, Matthew begins to wake up. The sheriff tries to calm him, telling him not to move, but Matthew, confused and scared, shifts his arm. The trigger pulls. The shotgun fires. In one blast, both Matthew and the sheriff are gone. Outside, Jennifer sits on a tree trunk, silent and still. As the echo of the shot fades, a slow smile spreads across her face. She knows it's over. They're all finished. So which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our movie recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Produced by Warner Movie Recaps.